Hi, it's Darnell with Way Over Recipes, and today I'm going to be cooking up some chicken tenderloins from frozen, raw frozen chicken tenderloins, and I'm going to be using the Emerald air fry oven, and we're going to see how it does doing that right now. Alright, so let's go over the ingredients for this cook. I've got myself maybe 8 or 9 of these hard frozen raw chicken tenderloins. I've got myself some extra light olive oil because when you're cooking at the 400 or higher degree temps, you want to use an olive oil with a lower smoke point. I've also got myself some lemon pepper seasoning, and this one has sugar as a main ingredient so things don't get too salty tasting. I also got some Grillmates Montreal chicken seasoning that I'll be using. Nothing in this video is sponsored. And just going to start out, I've got them in the bowl because I'm going to basically give them a generous pouring of the oil and get them all basically covered up in the oil and then cover them up in the spices. If you want, some folks like to use like a bag and put all the stuff in a bag and shake it up in a bag. If you like that method, you can do that too. That does, cost you one bag. If you use a bowl, you can always clean and reuse the bowl at no extra cost. But everyone should do it the way that you personally prefer. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these, all oiled up and seasoned up. And once I get them all oiled up, seasoned up, I'm going to put them into this air fry basket here. I will be using that pan that's underneath on a rack just under the air fry basket. Alright, so I'm finishing up seasoning these. I use the oil to help the seasonings that I'm putting on to stick a little better. That does help things stick a bit better. So, got things all seasoned up on both sides and oiled up. So now to get things going with the cooker, just hit the light button just to wake it up. And I've got it on the French fry setting, and I'm going to hit temp. I'm going to lower the temp to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and the time I'm going to lower to 20 minutes and hit preheat. And so we'll basically let things preheat, then we'll get the food on in. Alright, time to add our food. Put that up on level 3. Just going to put the pan right underneath. Sorry for the beeping. Hit the button there. Alright, so I'm going to let that cook for 10 minutes and then I'll bring you right back. Alright, so 10 minutes have passed now, and so I'm going to open up and I'm going to flip things over so that both sides get a good cooking. So you can see how those look there. I'm just trying to get that bottom rack out a little more. I don't want to pull things out too far now. I don't want them falling over. At the same time, I don't want, too many drippings just falling around on the door and such. So just going to get things flipped over here. But so far, so good is what I have to say about the cook. And with this extra light olive oil, because it has a higher smoke point, it no smoke issues at all. That smoke you just saw there was just as I was flipping things over, but been zero smoke coming out or anything like that, no problem. So works out pretty good, and the extra light olive oil doesn't disturb the flavor of the food at all, like your regular olive oil or your extra virgin olive oil would. So get those on in there, and things will continue to cook. I'll bring you on back in the when this is over. Alright, so time's up. Gonna open up here and got my Thermopin, even though I know things are nicely done. So just trying not to make making the excess mess here. But, you know, just for the sake of sticking the Thermapen in, we're at 172. So, you know, we got things done just the way that we want without overcooking them. So now I'm going to go ahead and plate these chicken tenderloins here. So I'll just get them all on out and get them plated. But you can see they're, you know, moving nicely. So they're nice and moist and still juicy. That one there just kind of fell apart there because they're, you know, nice and tender. So finish getting the rest of these on out. Alright, so got them all out now, and when I close up, this cooker does start doing like the cool down run, so the fan starts running to cool things down. But here are our finished chicken tenderloins from frozen. Let's do a taste test. Alright, so here's our finished chicken tenderloins. I did allow the cooker time for that fan cool down to finish. It only takes 2 minutes. So just going to take one here, and you can see, like I said, they're moving real good. So let's do a taste. Alright, so they're super tender, juicy, and so they turn out great. You can have chicken tenderloins from frozen anytime, and not a lot of time, and you know that holds a good amount there in the basket, and they turn out good. So you know, I really do like being able to use this cooker to be able to just cook up some things like chicken tenderloins from frozen, nice and easy, not too much hassle. And so with all of that said, in the video description, lots of ways to help this channel. There's a link to a written version of the recipe. Also, if you're interested in the cookbook, you can get that in the video description. There's also a link to a cooker that is, I'd say, pretty much identical to this with a different brand, in my opinion, that you can pay the same price that you would pay if you got that from the seller that it's sold at, but you help this channel when you do it through that link. Also, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe. Also, got lots more recipes on my blog, superwaveoverrecipes.com. Hit that notification icon too, and good eating.